cracking, party people? It's your girl, Nicole Banister, aka NIKKI BANZ. I do this every single Tuesday, so welcome back to NIKKI BANZ Live! Hey! Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, so you already know that your favorite IGTV series, NIKKI BANZ Live, is back in the building. Every single Tuesday, I am bringing you phenomenal interviews with some of the most interesting and the most dynamic artists, entertainers, authors, activists, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. So thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram at TheyCallMeBanz. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Nicole Banister, aka NIKKI BANZ. Shout out to everybody who's in the building today. I see Janine is here. Hi, Janine, a loyal fan and follower. We love you, Janine. I see that we have Ali Jape in the building. Okay, Ali. Ali may or may not be coming on my show pretty soon. What's up, Ali? Zanzibar in the building one time. So good to see you. I see we got other folks here. Mama and Papa Bands in the building. Hello. Welcome. Who else we got here? We got Chrissy. Okay, hello, Chrissy. Hello, Satora. What's up, everybody? It is a pleasure to have all of you here, and I know more are going to come. I also see that our phenomenal guest for today, Zahra Jani, is in the building, and I cannot wait to have this phenomenal woman here on the show for you today. Her name is Zahra Jani, but you might know her on social media as Being Mom and Beyond. She is a phenomenal family and parenting content creator, creating the most fun, playful, creative, dynamic content on social media about what it's like to be a modern mom. So whether it's her family, her fitness, her lifestyle, she's really giving you a behind the scenes look at what it means to be a mom in today's world, which I absolutely love. And I think that's so special. And she's really doing a lot of work to sort of rethink the narrative and the identity of what it means to be a stay-at-home mom, what it means to be a housewife. So I'm so incredibly excited to have this person on. I've had a couple of family content creators on before. You might remember Veronica from Peru, who's living in Dubai, of Trips and Tales. She came on as also a phenomenal family content creator. So really cool to now have the Indian perspective here. As many of you may know, India is my country with the second most amount of guests on NIKKI BANZ Live. Number one is the United States, okay? The most number of guests I've had from one country have been the US. Number two is India. So shout out to Mumbai, shout out to India. And the third country with the most amount of guests is South Africa. So that's what the hierarchy looks like. Just a little insights, just a little FYI. All right, party people, we are here early today. I know we're an hour and a half early, but like I said, my guest today is in India, so we moved the show an hour and a half early to make sure that her and all of her fans and all of her followers could be here in the building. So I'm super excited for that. I see we have Husefa in the building. Hi, Husefa. So good to see you. Shout out to Nas Academy one time. Shout out to the Nas Summit, which is what actually brought me and Zahra together. So I'm sure we're going to get into that and talk about all of that. So party people, once again, this is NIKKI BANZ Live. I'm so incredibly excited to have you all here. Without any further ado, you already know the vibes. I'm going to give you a little drum roll. I'm going to bring on our guest, Zahra Jani, aka Being Mom and Beyond. Let's get a little drum roll, please. Here we go. It's Tuesday. Shake your booty. It's your birthday. Hey. I'm bringing her on now. Hello.
Hey. Hi, how are you?
Oh my goodness. I am so good. I am better now that you are here with me. How are you, gorgeous?
I am good. It's great to see you. Like, I guess we met in March during the Nas Summit, and I guess I'm seeing you now, though I keep following you on your page and you're turning out some great content. But it's good to see you and like finally get to talk to you.
Oh my gosh. Likewise, I feel the exact same way. We had so much fun in March at the Nas Summit, like you said, which is where we met. and I met so many incredible people, but your story as a content creator, as a mom, was so touching and so inspiring to me. We followed each other. Like you said, I've been following your content ever since. So Zahra, it is truly an honor and a pleasure to have you here on NIKKI BANZ Live. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sure it's going to be a great experience, to get to know your audience, you getting to know my audience. It's going to be fun, I guess. It's going to be an hour of interesting conversation and lots of fun.
Absolutely. I will clap to that. It's going to be so much fun, truly. And I know you're a pro at content creation. You've done YouTube lives before. You've done all sorts of things before. So it's always good for me. Like when I have guests who have done this before, I'm like, okay, I've got an expert with me here today.
But actually, this is my first live with a content creator out of my country. So I'm sort of a bit nervous, but I'm super excited also.
Ooh, that is so exciting, Zahra. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because truly that is one of the things I like to do here on NIKKI BANZ Live, is to bridge that divide, to have people from India and the United States and South Africa and Nigeria and Mexico all coming together. So to have you here having this cross-cultural dialogue, you in India, me in South Africa, like this is beautiful. This is how the world should be.
And I guess that's what social media is meant to do, to get the world closer. So I guess you got the memo right, and that's what you're doing.
Definitely. Well, we're doing it together, which is why you're here today. And like I said, I am so grateful and so excited. And I think one of the things I want to start off with, in terms of this dialogue we're having here today, is I want to talk to you about what your life was like before you became a content creator, because I think there's so much that we see in your content today, but that wasn't always your story. That wasn't always your narrative. So talk to us about who Zahra was before you were being mom and beyond.
So I'll start before marriage. So I was in fact a preschool teacher. I have taught for 5 years. And once I got married, I really wanted to enjoy my married life. I really wanted to travel, and that's the reason I took a break from working. And then I, in fact, started my own jewelry brand, which was Zahra Jani Accessories. I was into fashion jewelry, and I was exhibiting in my city. I even exhibited in Dubai, for that matter. And I got pregnant. My pregnancy was difficult. I was advised bed rest for 5 months, and somehow I could not revive the brand again after Aliza came in my life. When Aliza was around two years old, I always, in fact, when she was born, I always used to click creative pictures of her and share it with family on our WhatsApp group, because my family was sort of scattered all over the place. So just to keep them connected to Aliza, I used to share her pictures in a very, very creative way. And then when she was 2 years old, I saw that people are doing this on Instagram. What I'm doing for my family, they're actually doing on Instagram. So I was like, okay, it's pretty much the same thing. Let me give it a shot. And that's when being mom, so my page is being mom underscore and beyond. That's when it came to life. Yeah.
Wow. That's so interesting that it was like just a hobby, just something fun you were doing for your family, creating cute pictures and videos, and now you've been able to turn it not just into a lifestyle, but into a career.
Exactly. And now, I mean, though it started, that's how people start, they just feel that it's a matter of just create videos and it's just fun and all of that. No, but there is a whole science behind content creation. And we come to know that when we actually get into this field. It's some amount of hard work. I mean, it's crazy.
Yes, I mean, look, I have had some incredible content creators on this show, just like you. Folks like Nas Daily, folks like Michelle Carre have been on this show. And I remember Nas Daily saying he made videos for 2 years before he saw a video go viral, before he was making any significant money or anything off of a video. And that's the other side of content creation that people don't see. People just see the pretty pictures and the pretty videos, and they think it's so effortless and fun, but it's actually super hard work. So tell us, what's harder, being a mom or content creation?
I would say content creation. I would say content creation because I really, because I mean, there are moments where you can switch off as a mom, you know, but content creation is a 24/7 job. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's happened to you when you go to sleep, even in your dream, like you will sometimes just get an idea and you wake up with that in the morning, like you remember it. Okay, I was thinking about this particular video or this particular idea. So content creation is 24/7. It's a full-time job to another level.
That part is absolutely true. And you know it better than most. So when you first started on your content creation journey, did you know that you wanted to be a family and parenting and like mommy blogger? Like, did you know that that was what you wanted to do? Or did you start off like posting something else?
So I started off as a parenting influencer where I would say Aliza was the s- the subject, like the center of everything, because she was a toddler, and I used to just share my parenting journey with her. But as the page evolved and as I evolved as a content creator, and as Aliza is growing up, I realized that this is something um, I need to put my personality on the page. So right now, Aliza is a bit sidelined because she's growing. She has a school, and this is not her career, right? So I don't want to force things on her. So I have evolved where now from parenting, the concept has gone to more of family, humor, fitness, and lifestyle. So that's more of
Nice.
me and less of her, because I want her to have her own space. You know how kids are, right? They need to have their freedom and their space. So I guess the evolution has happened at the correct time. I'm enjoying the content, creating content about where I get to take the creative calls. So yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, it sounds like Aliza was a phenomenal subject for you to work around and create content around in the beginning. It's so sweet that you two have such a beautiful connection as mother and daughter that you're able to create fun content together. And even your husband is involved in your
Yeah.
videos and in your pictures. Was it hard convincing your husband to get involved in your content creation, or was he like on board from early days?
He is super supportive, and there was not once I had to convince him. He was like on board, but the difficult part is to make him act in the reels. He is tough to work with. In fact, Aliza is a much better actor than my husband, though she's 5 years old and my husband is 35. But Aliza is a pro at it. Like, she will give one take shots, and with my husband, I sometimes have to go in for 10 takes. So yeah. Though he's supportive, but he's a bad actor.
That is so funny. And I have to give a quick shout out, Zahra, to another phenomenal Indian actress and content creator, Kanisha Malhotra. She just tapped in. Welcome, 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 Kanisha. We love you. Thank you for being here and for supporting. And I think it's so funny that your husband, we have to put him in an improv class or an acting class so he can become a pro at the reels, just like you.
But like my audience loves the candid him, so I guess that is sort of working for me. So we'll just leave him the way he is.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I think what's super interesting is that through this content creation, with your family. You know, you've been able to create such a massive following of people who are engaged with your content, who are sort of reimagining and redefining what it means to be, you know, a homemaker, a stay-at-home mom, someone who is focusing full-time on their family. What is the message that you want people to walk away with when they engage with your content?
Sorry, you cracked up. What is the question again?
I was asking, what is the message that you want people to walk away with when they see your content? You know, because you're creating such family-friendly content, you're redefining what it means to be a homemaker, you know, or a stay-at-home mom. What do you want people to walk away with after they see your channel?
So, to start with, the name of my channel is Being Mom and Beyond, where I wanted to just convey a message subtly that, of course, you know, being a mother is sort of a priority, but do not forget yourself, right? There is life beyond being a mom, and that is you. And if you keep yourself happy, you're going to pass on that happiness to your child and to your family. If you're just going to keep making sacrifices and be unhappy, that it's not going to work for you or your family. So that's the reason I came up with the name Being Mom and Beyond. And through my content, I do a lot of relatable content in a humor way, because I guess post pandemic, I realized that people need to relax a bit and they just need to have fun. So, whatever message I try to convey, I do it in a fun, humorous way, so that even if it's for that 30 seconds, I can put a smile on someone's face. Because I guess that's what the world requires right now.
Woo! Zahra, you are speaking to my
Did it
language.
get
You are
too
so
too
right.
deep? Did it like too philosophical, or it's fine?
No, that's exactly what I want on this show. I want us to have the deep, real conversation. So thank you. And I think, you know, that's one of the beautiful things about your work is that, you know, you can have this identity as a mom, as a mother, which is so important. And it is such a strong identity, but to still make time for yourself and for your
Absolutely.
passions is critical. And you do such a good job of that.
And I love my job because it's 90% of the time it's from home. So I'm always around, though I'm working, but you know, just being present around my daughter or at home, just, you know, it just gives me comfort that everything is under my supervision. So that's the thing I love about my job.
Yes, yes. And that's really incredible. I think if you think about the evolution of how mothers have been engaged with social media, like in the early days, there were a lot of like blogs, right? Whether it was about
Lots.
food
Yeah,
or like best practices, like websites and blogs. And now we're seeing people like
true.
you who are creating reels and fun posts. And recently you just launched a YouTube channel. So talk to
Yes.
me. Yes, talk to me about the launch of your YouTube channel and what sort of content we can be expecting to see on your YouTube channel.
So when I told told Aliza and my husband that I'm planning to start a YouTube channel, they were like, as if Instagram wasn't enough, you know. But this idea of me expanding my social media presence started with Nas after Nas Summit, because Nas Summit gave me so much of an exposure, and you know, we met amazing creators out there where, you know, you realize that I was an Instagrammer, so I realized there is so much beyond Instagram, and uh, it's you shouldn't be dependent on one platform. You know, just expand your presence. So I started working on my YouTube channel once I was back from NAS Summit. So this is something which is going on since the month of March. And finally, after so many months, we went live last Friday, and it's amazing that the sort of excitement right now. I have like two platforms to look after. It is a bit crazy, but it's nice because there is some amount of excitement, newness, and the sort of content you have to create for YouTube and for Instagram. It's poles apart because it's long form and one is short form. Uh, but it's interesting and it's fun. I'm enjoying it, and I really hope that I grow on YouTube the same way I've grown on Instagram.
Yes, yes. I mean, like you said, if 50,000 followers on Instagram and 25,000 followers on Facebook wasn't enough, now we have YouTube to keep growing the brand and keep
Yeah.
expanding, which I think is important. What you said is correct, to have your message shared on multiple platforms, because some people do prefer YouTube videos and longer form content as opposed to, you know, a 30-second reel. So I think you're really creating an environment for everyone who is looking to you for inspiration and for that positivity that you bring. You're creating an environment where they can do it in the way that's like best for them, whether that's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or, you know, whatever it is.
And I guess content creators are creative people, and we need to keep our creative mind churning. And I guess that can happen when you start exploring different social media platforms when the time is right. I'm not saying like just go and start. It took me around 4 or 5 months to think what I want to create and how I want to create and shoot it, edit it, etc. But that just kept my creative mind so alive, and that's what we need to do as content creators.
Definitely, definitely. And it's so incredible to hear you say that it was our summit in March that really sparked
Oh,
the
absolutely.
idea. Yeah, that's, I mean, because
Before
it's
the
like,
summit, in fact, before the summit, I just had 2K followers on Facebook, and I have grown tremendously on Facebook after the summit.
wow,
And I
yes,
just wish, like,
congratulations.
I really want to meet the Nas Summit people and tell them, I want to tell Nasir that this summit did so much uh, for me and my growth. So hopefully, whenever I meet him next, I will thank him and thank the entire Nas Summit team.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Nas Summit. Shout out to Nas Company, Nas IO, Nas Academy. It's been a tremendous opportunity, even for me as well, to meet you,
Yeah,
to meet other content creators, and to be inspired by the different work that everybody is doing. And that's like, you want people like that around you, right? You want people and organizations that inspire you, shift your perspective,
absolutely.
yeah, and push you to grow. Growth is good. We always want growth.
Yeah, because that's how, I mean, when you meet new people, you um, find out their perspective, their thinking, and I'm sure that if you're listening carefully, it will spark something in you.
Absolutely. You're so right.
Uh,
You're so spot on. I couldn't have said it any better myself, Zara. I'm going to give you the DJ horn.
Oh,
And so, speaking of growth, I was going to ask you, because I think it's so interesting, this journey that you've been on for the past 5+ years since you got pregnant, since you had your beautiful daughter. I'm curious to know what lessons you've learned, not just from content creation, but from actually becoming a mom. Like, what lessons have you learned either about life or about yourself that you want to share with us here today on NIKKI BANZ Live?
as a mom, I've learned that tremendous patience is required when you're a mom. Though I haven't mastered the art of patience, but yeah, I mean, also I feel as parents we really overthink a lot, and lately, like this year, I just realized, just let the child be. I mean, if he or she is watching that extra half an hour of screen time, it's not really going to be life changing. So I just feel that let loose, because I feel we say that we are modern parents, etc., but I feel at the same time we have also become very, very rigid in certain things.
Mm.
Like, no, you can't eat sugar, you have to eat healthy, you have to watch only this much screen time. These are the things which come with modern parenting as well. So I feel just letting loose uh, is a great thing for your child as well as you. Like, you have to select your battles, choose your battles. Don't make every decision a battle. Some days you can let go, some days you can choose to fight it out, but not every day.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Yeah.
love that guidance to just let loose, let it go, and not be so rigid, to have patience. I think those are things that are so important. And oftentimes we forget those things because we're so busy working or creating content or thinking about the next big thing, that we can't let loose. But I think actually just acknowledging that this thing is
Yeah.
happening in the moment, it's meant to happen. Let it
And
let it go. Let it be.
this sort of overlaps with content creation also, that let it go, don't be rigid, like, just it will happen when the time is right, it will happen. Because as content creators, what we can do, we can create the best content and put it out there and just let it go. We are never going to understand the algorithm either of Instagram, either of YouTube. That's not in our hands. We don't know what that is. We don't know if it exists or it doesn't exist. It can be fictional. It can be fictional. Algorithm can be like a fictional term we all are just using. We don't know that. So just
Right.
create content and let it go. Like, seriously.
So true. I love that you are able to take these life lessons from motherhood and apply them to your real life. Like, this is the type of thing when you look at modern society, right? There are so many structures in place. You want to talk about getting deep, getting philosophical. There are so many structures in place meant to keep women down, right? And motherhood is oftentimes one of those things, like, oh, you have to leave your job now. You want maternity leave. Oh, you're gonna be distracted with kids, so you won't be able to perform in this job, right? Like, there's so many, like, I'm gonna call it nonsense. It's all nonsense, right? These, like,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
myths about how motherhood detracts from being a successful leader, a successful entrepreneur. But you are literally breaking down all of those myths, all of those misconceptions, and saying, actually, I have so many life lessons. I have learned so many things that I have applied
So
into content creation, into my job, and into my life from being a mom. So I'm so grateful that you brought that up, Zahra.
you're just very, very kind towards me. I mean, you're just making me smile. So that's a good thing.
I have to. I have to. These are the types of conversations that I like to have here. We wanna talk about how the lifestyle that you live is adding value into the world. And it is by creating your incredible content for moms and for people everywhere. I'm not a mom. I still love your content.
Thank you. But on a serious note, I would like to, tell the women out there who are mothers or going to be moms or new moms or just women in general. There are always going to be such hindrances that, you as a woman cannot do this, or you as a mother cannot do this. I feel as a woman, you really need to be passionate towards your career or whatever you're doing, and that's when the universe will align it for you. I truly, truly believe that that passion has to be there within you, where uh, you will find out a way to do things. So I really feel that we as women shouldn't give in very easily, especially mothers, because we do not want to deal with mom guilt. so we are like, okay, maybe when the child becomes a little older, that's when I'll work. And that time is never going to come, never going to come. So just be very passionate and very strong as a woman. If this is what you want in life, please do not sacrifice your dreams as a mother, because motherhood is not an excuse to give up your dreams. In fact, you have to be a role model for your little ones so that he or she understands that the value of a career, a dream, or something you love or your passion. So be a role model and don't make motherhood an excuse for not doing things. So
Wow, 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 wow. I love that. I always try and like keep an eye out for the quote of the interview. And I think what you just said, don't let motherhood be an excuse for not following your
absolutely,
dream. I think that is
absolutely,
so powerful. And this is your whole story, right? It is that you can
yeah,
be mom and beyond. Mom is not your
absolutely.
only identity.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what my daughter needs to. I would love my daughter to learn that everything in life is important. Every phase is important. And when people say that, balance your life, I don't think so that's possible. There is nothing called as balance in life. There's something called as priorities. So that's what I tell Aliza, that some days my family is a priority, while some days my work might be a priority. So
Mm.
there is nothing called as balance. There are priorities which might change phase to phase. So that's something which people need to understand. Don't try to balance things. It's okay, some days you're giving something a priority, and some other days you'll give another subject a priority. So just go with that flow and it will be easier, because if you try to balance out things, that's never going to happen.
Excellent point. Being able to say that one thing is a priority today, this could be a priority tomorrow. And it's so funny that we're talking about motherhood in this context and needing to prioritize and not making excuses for motherhood, because like who is telling men that fatherhood doesn't need to be an excuse for not accomplishing your dreams? Like that's just
True.
implied, right? It's implied that if men
Yeah.
are fathers, they still must go out, keep working, keep succeeding, keep moving up in life. Like, but then for us as women, we are
Yeah.
expected, the societal expectation is to take on the burden, the majority of the burden of the household duties and motherhood
Yeah.
duties. And so for us to have a conversation to shift the mindset of women, to change that narrative, it's just so interesting, because it's like, do men even need to have that conversation? Yet we have to sit
Yeah.
here and have it.
Yeah. 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 But
So
hopefully it will
something to
change.
think about.
It's gonna take time to change. I wouldn't lie, but little by little, generation by generation, we will reach there.
Absolutely. We definitely will. And it starts with these conversations right here. So I just want to give a quick
Yeah.
shout out. I know there's a lot of people tuning in. We're so grateful to have all of you who have signed on. Welcome to NIKKI BANZ Live. If you're not following Zahra yet on Instagram, please do so. You can go to the top of the screen, click that little white arrow right in the middle, and then you can go and follow Zahra, being mom underscore and beyond. You can follow me on Instagram at They Call Me Banz, BANZ. And just a reminder that if you have questions for Zahra, then you can ask them. What I want you to do is go to the bottom of your screen, click on the little thought bubble with the question mark in it. You can click on that and type in any questions that you have for Zahra. I will be sure to go ahead and ask those at the end of the interview. Sometimes if you just put them in the comments, it goes by too fast. But please feel
Yeah.
free to ask your questions. We want the questions. We want to answer them. So any questions at all that you have, please put them in that little thought bubble with the question mark. So that being
So
said, now that I've given all the shout outs.
we actually had someone mentioning in the comment section that the men in the new generation are much more involved, and I would agree to that. And in fact, I would just like to share an experience, an incident with you all. So when Nas Summit was happening, in March. It was spring break for my daughter, and we were supposed to fly to Seychelles for the spring holiday. And I came to know about the NAS summit, and I go to my husband. And I'm like, I really want to attend this. This seems interesting. So he changed our entire holiday from Seychelles to Dubai so that I could attend the NAS summit. So those 3 days where I was in the NAS summit, he was with my daughter. Not that he did a favor on me by taking care of my daughter, that's his responsibility as well. But I mean, the new generation really, really understands, and it also comes from like the family, and your husband needs to see that passion in you, and then they will definitely support you. So yeah, let's give it up for the new generation men who are trying to change the perspective.
Yes, absolutely. And I think we see that in how present your husband is in your videos and in your content. Even if he's not the best actor, at least he's there. He's trying. He's supporting your goals,
Yeah,
supporting your family.
absolutely.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right that this new generation of men is stepping up in the way that they need to in order to support the family growth and your leadership and everything that you're doing. So shout out to the
Absolutely.
new generation of men. Anybody out there? I don't have a husband, but I'm looking. I'm single. Hi, anyone? Call me. Oh my goodness. I know I'm just messing, but who knows? Who knows who's watching right now on the live? That's what I love about
Absolutely.
Instagram
A
Live.
girl needs to try, right? Why not?
Exactly. I just gotta put myself out there. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So talk to us about your favorite types of content, because we know that you do create so many different types across your different platforms and channels. Do you have a type of content that you really enjoy doing, something that brings you, the most joy?
So there are two types. Firstly is fun family content because my audience, which are mainly Indian women housewives, they really really relate to it, and the sort of engagement I get on sort of co- uh, those sort of content is amazing. It's fun to see that your audience can connect to the idea. So fun family content is one of my favorite. And the second one would be fitness, because I can really, really talk about it very passionately. I can have like an hour long or maybe even a longer conversation about it. So my next vlog, which is coming up, is about fitness, my fitness transformation. And literally when I was me and my team. We were sitting on the editing table. They're like, "How much have you spoken? You, it is so difficult to edit because I am so passionate about fitness that I can really talk a lot."
Yes. Okay. Well, let's talk about it now. Let's get into it. I mean, when I look at your page, you do have a lot of content on your fitness about there. Talk to us about how you first got involved in fitness. Were you always, playing sports? Were you always into fitness, or did that come later in life?
So as a child, I was 102 kgs. Like I don't know what measurement do you, like in India it's kgs.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was 102 kilos. So I was really, really obese. And till 15 years, 15, 16 years, I was around this weight. And that's when I realized, because that came in with a lot of health hazards like PCOD. And I was on the verge of thyroid. So that's when I decided to basically become healthy. And yeah, it's been a constant journey, because it's not something like you just lose weight and then you're done with it. So weight loss is not like a 3 month package or a 6 months package. It's a lifestyle change. It's an
Right.
ongoing project. Your body is something which you constantly. So yeah, I see to it that I work out every day, 6 days a week, no matter what, and then I eat very healthy. Like I eat home cooked food again 6 days a week, and then once a week I have my treat meals. So a lot of again a lot of patience and a
Mm,
lot of commitment because
wow.
I was 102 kgs and now I am 52 kgs, so that's almost like half of a person removed out of me. So it's 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 been a hell of a journey. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Zahra, that's incredible. I had no idea about
And I
your
had to do that
transformation.
twice. I had to do that twice. Once as a teenager, and then after I got pregnant with Aliza because I was on bed rest for 5 months. I put on a lot of weight. I put on 30 kilos again. So I had to lose all of that again. So I've done that twice.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, I see people in the chat saying congratulations. I see someone saying, "Are you serious?" They didn't know you were
Yes.
102 kgs.
I
And I
have transformation reels on my Instagram account, and my vlog is also going to come out this Friday, so y'all can see that I'm not lying. It's the truth. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that you're sharing this story here today because, again, oftentimes on Instagram or on social media, we only see like the best sides of people, right? Like we
Yeah.
only see people looking good and it's great lighting and it's, great angles. And so for you to share your story about how you really struggled and how you had to overcome this huge challenge with your weight to become the healthiest, best version of yourself,
Yeah.
that's the type of thing that can really inspire people and say, oh, wow, like if you just look at your page as it is now, you would have never guessed that that was a whole journey that you went through.
In fact, but I'm very, very open about my fitness journey because uh, as a body, my body is very, very sensitive. See, you when you lose that much weight, your body is very, very sensitive. So
Mm.
my weight fluctuations still now are very drastic. If I go on a holiday for a week, I easily put on like 4 kgs, which is a lot. And I'm very open about it. When I come back, I tell my audience, this is what it is. That's my genetics and that's my body. And in fact, uh, 2 weeks back, I was going through a lot of health issues where I was not able to work out, and um, I again had put on a lot of weight because of hormonal issues. But I've always been open about that to my audience because people need to know that you, as a content creator, you are a normal person. You have bad days and you have health issues which you have to deal with. So, and I guess that's how you create a community. That's how you connect to your audience because then they feel that you are one of them. So I've always been open about my health issues and my struggle with weight loss, even now. And yeah, my audience loves me for that. So
Yes, we definitely do. And like I said, it's really powerful to hear you share your story and put that into perspective. And we're so grateful that you are just a normal human, right? Despite all
yeah,
the followers and everything. Because sometimes it's easy to forget, it's easy to look at people's lives on social media and forget that they too are resilient and had to overcome things. And so I'm
yeah.
curious, I asked you earlier, Zara, about some things you've learned or some life lessons that you've learned through the journey of motherhood. I'm super curious to hear for people who are also struggling with their weight, for people who want to follow in their footsteps toward a healthier lifestyle like you have, what tips, what advice would you give us?
So, Nicole, I feel I'm going to like blurt out entire vlog over here because this is what I'm talking in my vlog. So, guys, you're going to get like a teaser or snippets of my vlog today on the live because it's sort of an overlapping conversation, but I would love to talk about it because it's fitness.
Mm,
Um, so one tip which I would like to share if you're starting your weight loss or fitness journey, it's not about weight loss, it's about fitness firstly. So if you're starting a fitness journey, always uh, always consult a professional when it comes to your workout and when it comes to your nutrition, because you don't know, you are not a pro at these two things. So don't self train yourself, or don't follow a fat diet. Please go to a
Mm,
nutritionist, please go to a trainer, because it's very important to get fit in the right way. Otherwise,
mm,
you will not be able to sustain it. So and more so right now, because people can just Google things or watch on YouTube and just go with it without giving it a second thought, whether is this correct for your body, is this workout correct for your body, or this nutrition enough for your body. And in that whole thing, they are further damaging the body.
mm. Wow.
So there are nutritionists and professional trainers for a reason. They have studied it for so many years. So please invest in yourself and go to them. Yeah.
Mm, mm. Well,
Yeah.
Zahra, we appreciate you giving us a little behind the scenes of your
Yeah.
upcoming vlogs.
Yeah,
Exclusive
that's a bit of
here.
a teaser.
Literally a teaser, an exclusive teaser. But that's
Yeah.
again just such powerful advice. I saw somebody in the chat saying great advice.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you need to have a plan specific to your body and your system.
True.
Even you
Yeah.
reflecting on how when you go on vacation, you know that your body is sensitive. You know that you will, you might gain weight quicker, than other people. And so like just knowing your own body is so important
True.
and so critical. And I love that you
Absolutely.
called it an investment in yourself, because that's exactly what it is. You're not wasting
Yeah.
money on a dietitian, like a dietitian or a nutritionist. You're investing in yourself.
Investing in yourself. True.
100%. 100%. Well, I'm just going to give another quick plug. I know we have about 15 minutes left here on the live. I see that a couple of questions are coming through, but keep the questions coming. If you have a question for Zahra, please put it at the bottom of the screen in the little thought bubble with the question mark. You can drop all of your questions there and we'll be happy to respond. So I think before I get to any questions from the audience, I think the one of the final questions I'll ask you is, you have so much going on between your fitness and all of your different channels that you have, all of your platforms. What can we, as your friends, as your fans, as your followers, what can we keep an eye out for over the coming weeks, the coming months, and how can we continue to support all of the incredible work that you're doing?
So I have been so this month, finally, like I said, after Nas Summit, I wanted my social media presence on how many other platform I could. So of course, Instagram being my main platform, but I've started YouTube. I have presence on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. So I just have this 360-degree plan in mind, and I really, really hope that I've implemented it. Now I need to grow. So watch out for me on all the social media platforms. That's what I can say.
Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Well, I subscribe to your YouTube channel. I connected with you on LinkedIn. So I
Yeah.
too am trying to have the 360-degree being mom and beyond experience. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing so much of yourself and your experience and your journey with us. And I think this goes well. There's the question that I'm seeing in the comment section right now. This is a very interesting question coming from Julia Lene, who's asking about perhaps an Indian parenting style or Indian parenting values. This is someone who's not from India, someone who's outside of India, asking, what can the rest of the world learn from Indian parenting styles or values that maybe differ from other parts of the world? I think it's a very interesting question. Thinking about those
Oh, I
like
need a moment to
cultural,
think.
yeah, thinking about those cultural nuances, maybe something specific
Yeah.
to the Indian culture, to your culture that the rest of us might not be thinking about.
Hmm. Wow, this is like it's put me in a thought like what can I, I want to give like the correct answer so that it's about the Indian culture. But frankly, I feel parenting is not anymore about culture. It's
Mm,
about what suits you as parents, what suits you as your family.
mm,
It's about that. I mean, in parenting, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. For
mm.
someone else, it might be right. For you, it might be wrong. So I really feel that take parenting each day as it comes and be very very practical about parenting so that life gets easier. The more emotional you get about the whole thing, it's like, of course, you love your child. I mean, you love your child, but when you're making decisions, just be very practical. So I don't know if that's something to do. Actually, that's something to do with Indian parenting. We are. Uh, the world thinks that we are very, very emotional. We are emotional people. But when it comes to parenting, we are practical. Like we can just say this is black, this is white, you choose, like there are no gray shades. So we are very, very practical parents that way. So yeah, maybe. Dude, I'm
Oh my
dropping truth
goodness.
bombs. People must be thinking, am I a parenting influencer? Like I'm talking like so straight right now. So
I love it. You are definitely a parenting influencer. And I think that's great advice. I have heard before that, once you create your own family, you create your own culture, right? Like it's your
yeah.
culture, it's your partner's culture, your child's culture. You all come together to create, something new. And so I think
Mhm.
infusing certain elements, that practicality
True.
that you spoke of, into this new little
True.
dynamic that you have, it's perfect.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, for answering that question. I mean, that's like I said, one of the beautiful things about NIKKI BANZ Live is that we have people tuning in from South Africa, from Mozambique, from the United States, from Ghana, from all over the world. So to
It's
have
amazing.
viewers.
It's amazing what you have created. It's just so much fun, and it's great to be able to come over here and get exposed to so many people from around the world. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, what you're doing is amazing. And to be able to see inspirational women who are mothers and content creators and athletes coming together and just putting all of your passions into one and sharing it with the world, it gives so much inspiration to the rest of us. So I'm so grateful for you coming on NIKKI BANZ Live today. This has been such a fun conversation. I've learned so much and just taken away so much about redefining motherhood and rethinking about that narrative, which is so powerful. Do you have any final words that you want to share with us here today on the show?
Firstly, thank you again. I feel really honored to come over here. Like when you asked me, I was so happy. I was like, of course, this is something I would love to do. Though it's my sleeping time, I would be fast off to sleep by now. But I was like, no, I have to get on this live with Nicole because it's gonna be super fun, and it has been. So thank you so much for having me. And on a closing note, what I can tell people or women in specific, because that's who I cater to mostly, that please live your dreams. And that's just going to make you a happier person. And like I said before, if you are happy, you're going to pass on that happiness to your family and to your child. So just do what you wish to. That doesn't mean that uh, you leave your so-called responsibilities. Firstly, it's a responsibility of every family member, but that's why I'm putting it like this. But just go live your dream, girl. It's worth it, really.
Yes, 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 yes. Go live your dreams. What an inspiring and motivational final message to leave with us. Zahra
Yeah.
Jani, being mom underscore and beyond. Follow her on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, all over the internet. You can follow me at They Call Me Banz and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Nicole Banister, aka NIKKI BANZ. I'm here live every single Tuesday with an incredible guest from another country. So tune in with me every Tuesday, same time, same place. Zahra, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Go get some rest. Go tuck your daughter in for bed. Go
No,
kiss your
your
husband
energy is
goodnight.
so contagious. Now I'm so charged up. I mean, your energy is amazing. I wish I had like that 1% of energy of yours. I would be able to like conquer the world. But yeah, I'm super charged up right now after speaking to you. So it's going to take a while for me to calm down and go to sleep. But thank you again, Nicole. It's amazing. And stay in touch. And whenever you come to India, Bombay, please get in touch. I would love to meet you. I would love to take you around and show our culture.
Absolutely. I'm planning an India trip. I need to make it out there. So I will come see you. Thank you for that invitation. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you
Sending you
so
all the
much.
good vibes, all the energy.
All the best for your projects ahead, and we'll surely meet soon.
Absolutely. All right. Have the most beautiful night. Thank you, everybody, for being here on NIKKI
Bye.
BANZ Live.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you,
joining in.
Zahra.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.